My dear students, now we are in Unit 6 History, Early Revolts Against British Rule in Tamil Nadu. Let us go into the lesson. The first resistance to East India Company's territorial aggrandizement was from Pulithevar of Nirkattum Seval in the Tirunelveli region. This was followed by other chieftains in Tamil country such as Velu Nachiyar, Veerapandiya Kattabomman, the Marudu brothers and Dheeran Chinnamalai, known as Palayakkarars Wars, the culmination of which was the Vellore Revolt of 1806. This early resistance to British rule in Tamil Nadu is dealt with in this lesson. First topic: a resistance of regional powers against the British. Palayams and Palayakkarars. The word Palayam means a domain, a military camp, or a little kingdom. Palayakkarars in Tamil refers to the holder of a little kingdom as a feudatory to a greater sovereign. Under this system, Palayam was given for valuable military services rendered by any individual. This type of Palayakkarar system was in practice during the rule of Pratibha Rudra of Warangal in the Kakatiya kingdom. The system was put in place in Tamil Nadu by Vishwanatha Nayak when he became the Nayak ruler of Madurai in 1529 with the support of his minister Aryanadar. Traditionally, there were supposed to be 72 Palayakkarars. The Palayakkarars were free to collect revenue, administer the territory, settle disputes, and maintain law and order. Their police duties were known as Padikkaval or Arasukaval. On many occasions, the Palayakkarars helped the Nayak rulers to restore the kingdom to them. The personal relationship and an understanding between the king and the Palayakkarars made the system to last for about 200 years from the Nayaks of Madurai until the takeover of these territories by the British. Eastern and Western Palayams. Among the 72 Palayakkarars created by the Nayak rulers, there were two blocks, namely the prominent Eastern and the Western Palayams. The Eastern Palayams were Satur, Nagalapuram, Ettayapuram and Panchalankurchi, and the prominent Western Palayams were Udumalai, Talavan-Kottai, Naduvangurichi, Singambatti, Seithur. Palayakkarars Revolt 1755 to 1801. Revolt of Pulithevar. In March 1755, Mafu Khan, a brother of Nawab of Arcot, was sent with a contingent of company army under Colonel Heron to Tirunelveli. Madurai easily fell into their hands. Thereafter, Colonel Heron was urged to deal with Pulithevar as he continued to defy the authority of the company. Pulithevar wielded much influence over the Western Palayakkarars for want of cannon and of supplies and pay to soldiers. Colonel Heron abandoned the plan and retired to Madurai. Heron was recalled and dismissed from service. Confederacy and alliance with the enemies of the British. Three Pathan officials, Nawab Chanda Sahib's agents named Miana, Mudimaya and Nabikan Katak, commanded the Madurai and Tirunelveli regions. They supported the Tamil Palayakkarars against Arcot Nawab Muhammad Ali. Pulithevar had established close relationship with them. Pulithevar also formed a confederacy of the Palayakkarars to fight the British. With the exception of the Palayakkarars of Sivagiri, all other Maravar Palayams supported him. Yetayapuram and Panjalam Kurichi also did not join this confederacy. Further, the English succeeded in getting the support of the Rajas of Ramanathapuram and Pudukkottai. Pulithevar tried to get the support of Hyder Ali of Mysore and the French. Hyder Ali could not help Pulithevar as he was already locked in a serious conflict with Marathas. Kalakkadu battle. The Nawab sent an additional contingent of Sepoys to Mahfuz Khan and the reinforced army proceeded to Tirunelveli. Besides the 1,000 Sepoys of the company, Mahfuz Khan received 600 more sent by the Nawab. He also had the support of cavalry and foot soldiers from the Carnatic. Before Mahfuz Khan could station his troops near Kalakkadu, 2,000 soldiers from Travancore joined the forces of Pulithevar. In the Battle of Kalakkadu, Mahfuz Khan's troops were routed. Yusuf Khan and Pulithevar. The organized resistance of the Palayakkaras under Pulithevar gave an opportunity to the English to interfere directly in the affairs of Tirunelveli. Aided by the Raja of Travancore from 1756 to 1763, the Palayakkaras of Tirunelveli, led by Pulithevar, were in a constant state of rebellion against Nawab's authority. Yusuf Khan, also known as Khan Sahib, or before his conversion to Islam, Marudunayagam, who had been sent by the company, was not prepared to attack Pulithevar unless the big guns and ammunition from Tiruchirappalli arrived. As the English were at war with the French as well as with Hyder Ali and Marathas, the artillery arrived only in September 1760. Yusuf Khan began to batter the Nerkattum Seval fort, and this attack continued for about 2 months. On 16th May 1761, Pulithevar's three major forts, that is Nerkattum Seval, Vasudevanallur and Panayur, came under the control of Yusuf Khan. In the meantime, after taking Pondicherry, and the English had eliminated the French from the picture. As a result of this, the unity of Palayakkaras began to break up as French support was not forthcoming. Travancore, Saitur, Udumalai and Surandai switched their loyalty to the opposite camp. Yusuf Khan, who was negotiating with Palayakkaras without informing the company administration, was charged with treachery and hanged in 1764. Fall of Pulithevar. After the death of Khan Sahib, Pulithevar returned from exile and recaptured Nerkattum Seval in 1764. However, he was defeated by Captain Campbell in 1767. Pulithevar escaped and died in exile. Velu Nachiyar. Velu Nachiyar was born in 1730 to the Raja Chellamuthu Sedupati of Ramanathapuram. Velu Nachiyar was the only daughter of this royal family. The king had no male heir. The royal family brought up the princess Velu Nachiyar training her in martial arts like Valari, stick fighting, and to wield weapons. She was also adept in horse riding and archery. Apart from her proficiency in English, French, and Urdu. At the age of 16, Velu Nachiyar was married to Muthu Vadugar, the Raja of Sivagangai, and had a daughter by name Velu Nachiyar. In 1772, the Nawab of Arcot and the company troops under the command of Lieutenant Colonel Bon Jour stormed the Kalayar Kovil Palace. In the ensuing battle of Muthu Vadugar was killed. Velu Nachiyar escaped with her daughter and lived under the protection of Gopala Nayakar at Virupachi near Dindigul for 8 years. During her period in hiding, Velu Nachiyar organized an army and succeeded in securing an alliance with not only Gopala Nayakar but Hyder Ali as well. Dalave Dandavarayanar wrote a letter to Sultan Hyder Ali on behalf of Velu Nachiyar asking for 5,000 infantry and 5,000 cavalry to defeat the English. Velu Nachiyar explained in detail in Urdu all the problems she had with East India Company. She conveyed her strong determination to fight the English. Impressed by her courage, Hyder Ali ordered his commandant Syed in Dindigul fort to provide the required military assistance. Velu Nachiyar employed agents for gathering intelligence to find where the British had stored their ammunition. With military assistance from Gopala Nayakar and Hyder Ali, she recaptured Sivagangai. She was crowned as queen with the help of Marudu brothers. She was the first female ruler or queen to resist the British colonial power in India. Quili, a faithful friend of Velu Nachiyar, is said to have led the unit of women soldiers named after Udayal. Udayal was a shepherd girl who was killed for not divulging information on Quili. Quili is said to have walked into the British arsenal after setting herself on fire, thus destroying all ammunitions. My dear students, we will see about Veerapandiya Kattabomman in part 2.